Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to be cooking something really yummy and something that I've been wanting to introduce to my YouTube for a very long time, which is my passion and my love for cooking and food and hosting people and entertaining people and feeding them yum things. And I've recently, over the last I think 2 or 3 weeks, learned this I've invented it but also learned some things out of it. It's this recipe that I am calling the chicken taco wrap. So yeah, and it is basically the yummiest, the healthiest, the most filling and hearty meal. Then you can pack for school, pack for lunch, at work, you can come back to. Today I will be using chicken as my main source of protein. And yeah, I'm super excited to be finally doing a cooking vlog as suggested by so many of you. So I'll just show you guys the ingredients. By the way, it is 7:43 p.m. I think the entire process from cooking, cutting, chopping to the table should take us around 20-25 minutes. So here goes. So I'm going to show you guys the ingredients. So we're starting off with some chicken breast. I'm going to be using just one chicken breast, which is around three are around 450. So this is like one chicken breast, which is around 120 grams. This is some plain Greek yogurt. These are taco wraps. These are corn and wheat, but you can even get normal flour wraps. But I just feel like these really enhance the taste. Some green peas. We have some basil leaves. We have our sriracha sauce. This is some chopped parsley. We have half a cube of cheese. We have some garlic cloves. This is chili powder. This is, well, in Marathi we call this kanda, lasun, masala, but this is basically garlic and onion powder. But a good substitute for this can be any curry seasoning or like curry powder that you get at your grocery. This is some salt, one spring onion, some chili flakes. Then we have half a cucumber, we have some pepper, we have some chicken korma masala, but obviously you can use any kind of chicken masala or even pav bhaji masala or sambar masala works really well with this recipe. This is just for the chicken marination. And then we have some pesto. This is not a very like necessary product. I'm just adding this because like I'm really addicted to the pesto taste, but this can totally be left out of this recipe. So yeah, this is my setup and let's get straight into it. And also you need a pan, guys. You need like a non-stick pan because this is where you're gonna cook your chicken and also heat up your tortillas. First off, we're going to cut the chicken. That is because we need to at least marinate this chicken for a good 10 minutes so that all the flavors soak in and stuff. So I've basically cut my chicken into bite-sized pieces, so around 1 inch each, and like I flattened it a little bit before cutting it. So what I did is I took my chicken breast, I cut it in half, and like I made both the slides really flat, and then I just basically cut it into super tiny, like, well, not super tiny, but like bite-sized pieces. That's the proportion to my hand. And I'm going to put these pieces, and I just use one chicken breast. I'm going to put these pieces in this bowl. Now we're going to season them. So first off, I am starting with some salt, around half a tablespoon of salt. So there goes the salt. Then I'm going to be using some chili powder. Well, I like my stuff spicy, but please feel free to use it according to your taste buds and your palate. That's my chili powder. That's my onion garlic masala. That's gone in there. And then I'm going to be using some chicken korma masala. But like I said, you can use any masala or like something just to like give it that little bit of spice. So I'm going to be using almost half a teaspoon of that masala in this. Then I am going to be adding to this a dollop of yogurt. I'm also going to be using some black pepper to season this chicken. So before we add the yogurt, I'm going to be putting in some black pepper. So I've put in like a good again half a teaspoon should be good. Now goes in the yogurt. So this is my teaspoon size, and like this is the spoon I use at home to usually measure things. So I'm going to be using one gone into the chicken, and then I'm going to be using 2. So I would say if you use like a medium-sized teaspoon, which is, if you use this size, it would just be like a dollop of this. My camera battery is flashing, so I'm going to record on the phone. Shit. Okay, cool. So I have now seasoned the chicken. I'm just going to be using like my hands to mix all this up. I'm also going to be putting like some lime in this. So that is half a lime. Super sorry for this camera quality. My camera decided to die on me literally the one day I felt like doing something spontaneous in such a long time. Oh, I forgot to put the most important ingredient, guys. Do not sleep on this. Oh my god. It is my ginger garlic paste, which is so important in Indian cooking, and I don't know how I forgot. Please add this to your ingredients list. So I'm gonna be putting in like, that's it. So that's like around, again, say like 1/4 of a tablespoon. I'm gonna be squeezing that lemon in. So there goes, like just a few drops, not much. Going to be mixing all of this with my hand. That's what the chicken looks like. So that's my marinated chicken. I'm going to set that aside for say the next 10 minutes, just so everything seeps in. And trust me, even those 10 minutes make the hugest difference. Okay, so I set that aside. I'm going to go wash my hands now, and then I'm going to get on to the very important and exciting part of this meal, which is the mushy green peas guacamole. Now, the most exciting part of this meal is the guacamole, but we are not using avocados for our guacamole because we've decided to be ethical and extremely civil towards the planet, and avocados have a great impact to the planet in terms of greenhouse gases. The logistics take like tons of carbon emissions, so we're trying to be super selective of what we eat, which is why I have pledged not to use as many avocados as I would usually in my meals. Obviously I can't completely stray away from them. I still crave them a lot sometimes, but I've really tried to use alternatives to avocado and lessen my avocado consumption. So we are going to make guacamole out of green mushy peas. So these are just some store-bought frozen peas. What I've done is I have just soaked them in water and then heated that in the microwave for about 10 to 15 seconds. That's kind of the consistency. They're pretty mushy and like fully like defrost or like unfrozen or whatever the English is for that. I'm just going to be transferring all of them to my grinder. So that's about say like a bowl full of guacamole, so like say 2 or 3 handfuls. Okay, so there we go. I've drained the water away. Just gonna transfer all of them to my grinder. Then I'm going to be adding 1 clove of garlic to this. So just a whole small, like fully peeled clove of garlic. I think I might as well just add 2 because flavor. And then I'm going to be squeezing this entire lime. So squeeze away. This is my chopped parsley, which is about, say, yeah, just like half a handful. This goes into my guacamole mixture. We're going to be putting in some salt into this. So again, I would say like 1/4 of a teaspoon salt. I'm going to be putting some chili flakes. So these I obviously got from Domino's, but chili powder in my eye, guys. But I'm going to be using some Domino's chili flakes only because I have run out of my bottle chili flakes, but it's fine. So that's the entire packet. That should be about 1/4 teaspoon as well, according to your spice tolerance. Then I'm going to be putting in some fresh basil leaves. That's 1 stem, and all of this is going inside. So that's how it currently looks. I am also going to be adding some olive oil. So that's my olive oil. That's like really tiny. Like I'm going to take it in the cap. Should be around half a teaspoon. I'll show you guys the quantity. That's my mixer. That's it. That's the amount of olive oil that goes in. You want to make sure that it's not very runny because you want it to be like a guacamole kind of thick paste kind of consistency. And yeah, I'm gonna grind this and then come back and show you what it tastes like and also looks like. So BRB. Oh guys, sorry, I totally forgot the optional step. So this is my pesto, which is store bought. I'm gonna take like a dollop again in my measuring spoon, and I'm gonna add it to this mixture because I love pesto. So good. I use pesto by the Sorcery. It's a very good brand. I got it off Swiggy Instamart. They even do a really yum sun-dried tomato pesto, and that's great as well, like in between your sandwiches, as a topper on your pastas, like really versatile and has many uses. Okay, I'm gonna grind this now and then come back and show you how it looks like. So this is kind of the consistency that you want, very like guacamole, yeah, and like really like kind of a pasty texture. Let me also give you a good taste test. Very pesto-y, yet very fresh because of the lime. Now this is going to go into the refrigerator because when you put it on the wrap, you want it to be nice and cold because hot peas don't taste the best. So I'm going to refrigerate this till we make everything else. So this is going into the fridge for around 10 minutes. Okay guys, I have totally forgot to mention a very important veggie that we need, which is tomatoes. And I only mentioned the spring onion and the cucumber, so please remember you also need tomatoes. I'm going to write everything down in the description box, so do not worry. But yeah, you are going to need like a medium-sized tomato for this recipe as well. So now I'm going to cut all the veggies and then come back in say 5 minutes to show you. This is some freshly chopped parsley again, around like half a handful, so 2 or 3 stalks. This is half a tomato. I thought I'd need a full one, but no, I need only half. Look how small the pieces are. It's because you don't want to taste like or bite into like a really big piece. It's gonna like give away a lot of the texture of the whole taco. The taco wrap. This is the stalk of a spring onion. So this is again also like finely chopped. This will break off when I mix everything. So this is half a cheese cube. Look how tiny the piece is. It's literally half of my nail. That's because you want to press into these pieces and they're going to melt in the kind of sour cream, yogurt sour cream that we're going to make. And yeah, this is the head of the spring onion. So this I've just cut like vertically because this will go inside the taco wrap, and because this has a really delicate flavor like compared to normal white onions, we've used like we've kept the whole length of it instead of like breaking it short. So yeah, that's all the cut stuff. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start cooking the chicken, and then as the chicken cooks, we're going to make our sour cream dip, which is actually made of yogurt, so it's super healthy. So yeah, now I'm going to take the by the way guys, I put the chicken into the fridge just because the yogurt started releasing water and we didn't want the chicken to be super watery, so I put it in the fridge. I'm going to remove that now. It's been around 10 to 15 minutes that the chicken's been marinated. That is how our chicken looks. I can actually see that the yogurt has seeped into the chicken as well, so that's better. That's how we know the taste is going to be super nice. So just putting some olive oil on my pan. I'm going to put my pan on low to medium. I mean, actually I put it on medium because I kind of like the moment I put the chicken on the pan, I kind of want it to start sizzling. So we're going to put the pan on medium high actually. Let it heat a bit. Till then, I'm just going to start preparing my yogurt. So I'm going to need a fresh bowl. So I'm just going to be using 1, 2. That's it. I am going to put in all of my cut fruit into this. So I'm going to be putting in my parsley. All of my parsley is going into this bowl. I'm going to be putting in all of my spring onion, putting in all of my cheese, and I'm going to be garnishing this with, giving it some taste. Small pinch of salt into this. That's about the amount of salt I'm putting into this. I'm also going to put in some pepper so I can feel the heat of the pan on my face, so I know it's nice and hot. Yeah, that's about it. I'm also going to squeeze some lime. The lime that I'm squeezing, not a lot because the yogurt's already sour. Cool. Going to let that cook for some time. I'm not going to flip it, at least for like a good 3 to 4 minutes. I'm going to let this cook. Okay, going back to the yogurt mixture, I'm just going to mix everything. So I haven't put in the tomato because the tomato actually goes into the pea guacamole when we serve it. You don't want to mix the tomato now because it's going to release water into the fridge, and I don't want that. I want the tomato to be super fresh when I put it in. Yeah, so that's kind of what the consistency is, even though it should be a little thinner. Let's check on the chicken now. I'm going to just check how brown it is. It's not that brown, so I'm going to let it sizzle. You see, that's how it should be. Like, it should be brown by the pan like that, like this. That's why you don't flip it for a good 7 to 8 minutes once it's on the pan. You have to make sure that the pan and the oil is sizzling hot because you want this texture to the chicken. I also forgot to show you guys how I've cut the cucumbers. So it's like super thin and long. It's fine even if the pieces are short, but just make sure that they're thin pieces. You don't want it to be very fat. And now while my chicken cooks, I'm just going to increase the heat again. While this cooks, I have put on a non-stick pan again over here. And this is where I'm going to warm my wrap. You see that? You see the brown? Yum! Gonna put all of this into our guacamole. Our wrap is almost done. I flipped it over once. I'm gonna just flip it over again. I'm gonna reduce the gas because this is a little burnt. It shouldn't be like that. I'm gonna switch off the gas actually because this pan is really nice and hot. Gonna mix this up. Now we're gonna plate it. So that is our taco wrap. It is a little burnt, although it shouldn't be that burnt. So I'm gonna take like a good dollop, place it here. I don't know why is the camera quality bad, guys? Yeah, it was such shit camera quality. I'm so sorry for that. That is our guacamole. Layer it up nice and mushy. And then we're going to be putting our veggies in. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, and that is 4. Then we are going to be putting our onion in. So that's just like randomly placing it. 2, 3 small bits and pieces. I think I'm going to put in one last crunch. Maybe even one here is good. Now I'm going to be putting in the chicken. So that's what our chicken looks like right now, nice and juicy. I'm going to be picking up 1, 2, 3, 4, just like random, super random. Can't wait to put this in my mouth. My mouth is watering already. So for aesthetic purposes, we will make it look a little neat. It's super hot. Don't know how I'm touching it. Ow, ow, ow. That is our chicken layered up. Now we're gonna be taking this yogurt mixture with the cheese, layering this on top, nice and fresh, with the yogurt is like nice and cold. So do you see how many textures we're playing with here? Then we're going to be taking our sriracha sauce and we're just going to be drizzling it through, and then I'm going to give you guys a taste test. Okay. Oh my god, look at this masterpiece, guys. Masterpiece. Okay. Taste test. The taco is like, see, it's a taco shell because I've heated this. If you wouldn't have heated it, it would have been a wrap, but it's like basically a really big ass taco. Okay. This is so good. It's unbelievable how good this is. Like, I can't. One recipe that I figured out and innovated that I'm so proud of. So good! Just have to celebrate. I know this is the worst habit ever, and I promise this is my last bottle. But cheers! So good. So good. Okay. I'm gonna enjoy my dinner now. I'm gonna go watch some Bridgerton because I'm in the last episode and I'm dying. Why can't Kate and the Viscount be together already? And like, guys, I'm sorry, but like, where is my enemies to lover love story? Why is this only happening in movies? Like, I am extremely, like, I am totally romanticized by this whole storyline of being enemies to lovers and like going horse riding and stuff, like whatever. But yeah, this is so good. I'm gonna go enjoy this now, and I will see you guys next Monday. Bye. Oh, by the way, don't forget to subscribe. Please hit subscribe because I will be posting a lot of cooking recipes in the days to come. None of them settled. I'm alone. I buy my own grocery, like the life. So don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment down below if you enjoyed this video. Bye, and thanks for watching, by the way.